Not only was the manna supplied by the Lord to get the people of God off the poisonous diet of Egypt and back on the heavenly diet of Eden, it was also used to reignite their obedience to keeping the seventh-day Sabbath. While in slavery for 400 years in Egypt, they eventually forgot about keeping the Sabbath. This is one of the main reasons Moses was sent to ask Pharaoh to let the people go to worship God in the desert. Nowhere in the entire book of Exodus is the term moon or new moon used. Seriously, query the word moon in your King James Bible software, and you will not see it mentioned a single time anywhere in the book of Exodus. That being said, once the people were free from Pharaoh, how did the Lord reintroduce them to his Sabbath? We find in Exodus 16:26.
6 days ye shall gather it, but on the seventh day, which is the Sabbath, in it there shall be none.
Exodus 16:35.
And the children of Israel did eat manna 40 years until they came to a land inhabited. They did eat manna until they came into the borders of the land of Canaan.
Each and every week for 40 years they were taught to work 6 days and then rest on the seventh-day Sabbath. Not one time was the moon ever mentioned, taught, or even considered as part of their lesson for the entire 40 years in the desert. Some lunar preachers also say at the end of the month you need to keep a double or triple Sabbath. But nowhere do we see this mentioned anywhere for the entire 40 years they were in the desert either. Nowhere does the Lord instruct Moses to speak about moons or even new moons. If in fact this lunar Sabbath doctrine was truth sent from our Creator, why didn't the Lord mention moons or new moons when re-educating his chosen people back into Sabbath obedience? Yes, the instructions held in Leviticus were penned later, but still, if the moon was to dictate Sabbath from day one, then why didn't the Lord mention it at all for 40 whole years? Especially since they were a captive audience walking with Moses, who was blessed as a teacher. If the Sabbath was truly dictated by phases of the moon, then Moses would have known right off, and he would have not only instructed the people, he would have penned the instruction in the Torah for all of us to read. And if he didn't do it, then Lord most certainly would have instructed him to do so before letting them keep the very first Sabbath. Yet they keep the Sabbath each seventh day for 40 straight years. That's 2,080 Sabbaths they kept during that time for the Lord. Do you know what this means? The lunar preachers are suggesting the Lord kept back a truth from them, just like the serpent told Eve in the garden. As far as I can see, this lunar Sabbath is the same method of lies used 6,000 years ago, and fittingly so, I might add. It all started with the devil lying about how to obey God 6,000 years ago, and right before it all ends, he is again lying about how to obey God today.